Hello everyone, my name is Lowko and welcome to some more Hearthstone. Today it is time to check out the good old Tempo Mage. As you may be aware, I am currently replaying some of my favorite decks with the upcoming changes of Standard versus Wild, and I figured Tempo Mage definitely is way up there. Alrighty, so it is currently the beginning of a season, so we're relatively low in the ranks. I mean, it is currently the 6th of me recording this. I haven't really played very much, so we're currently only rank 20. However, I'm gonna be going up against another mage here, so I guess I'll keep my Frostbolt in hand just in case he gets a mana Wyrm, and I also have my Unstable Portal for a solid turn 2 play. Well, it looks like I'm getting 2 right now. Anyways, the good old Tempo Mage. I loved playing Tempo Mage in particular. I think about a half year or so ago. It was just one of these decks that I absolutely adored playing, and I figured it's about time just to go ahead and replay it. Even though I haven't played it as much recently, obviously there's still gonna be some sort of like Tempo Mage as well with the upcoming expansion and like the removal of a bunch of the old cards and whatnot. But you know, we should be in a relatively good place here. Question is, Mana Wyrm and Unstable Portal or Arcane Intellect? Nah, since we have a good turn 4 play anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and just play these two. Let's see what we get. Let's see what we get. Copy your opponent's hero power. So useful. I guess that's just a 6/5 now. Anyway, Tempo Mage is one of these decks that has the most synergy you can pretty much find. Like, the synergy between these cards is absolutely ridiculous. Oftentimes, you can get really early game aggression, like really sick early game aggression done by just simply the combination of the Mana Wyrm, then also the Flamewaker. For example, the where is he? Like the little Sorcerer Apprentices right there. And basically all of these cards do really well together because they synergize extremely well. However, obviously that also means that if you get none of these cards, which may very well be the case what my opponent is having here, you just simply don't get very much. Now, for some reason, he is still saving up more cards. I'm a little confused by this, because he's currently already at 9 cards in hand, and he still hasn't played anything. Alright, well, I guess we'll start drawing as well. Okay, there we go, get our Flamewaker. Don't really need to use any of these cards though, so I'm just gonna hit him in the face. I guess for the moment we'll just hit him in the face here. He is right now at 10 cards. He's gonna have to play something. I have no idea why he's constantly hero powering. You gotta have something in hand, Michalord. If you actually, like, either he had the worst card draw or the worst deck. Not sure. Now, like I said, we are currently in the beginning of a season, right? And in the beginning of the season, there's obviously always a lot of, we'll keep the core ball here. But there's always going to be a lot of, you know, relatively random decks, I suppose. There we go. Just play a bunch of these minions. The thing is about Tempo Mage that while you have that early game synergy, you can oftentimes finish off your opponents with a crazy amount of spells and also like late game threats. Now, ideally, you are running both Dr. Boom as well as Archmage Antonidus, but turns out I don't have Archmage Antonidus. So, yeah, I decided to go for Rhonin. Technically, I probably should be going for Ragnaros, but... I don't really wanna. You know what? I think we're just gonna Flamecannon. Obviously, I can Azure Drake Flamecannon. Which should be a good idea. Get him! Get him! So, the basic idea of this deck, I suppose, is to simply just murder your opponent and tick away at him while having the severe board dominance, in particular in the early game. If you don't get like board dominance by like 4-5 turns, you're basically dead. He must have had the worst card draw in history of Hearthstone. How come you had absolutely nothing? I'm kind of confused here. Maybe, like, here's the thing, right? Well, we'll just be able to finish him off here. But here's the thing. Oftentimes, it's, at like the beginning of the season, right? You either face people that have really good decks and just sort of like drop down a little bit, or you face people that have made their own decks and are just sort of doing random things. I think we just faced the latter. Apparently today is Mage v Mage Day, which is okay. I'm gonna be keeping that Mana Wyrm as well as that Sorcerer's Apprentices as well as that Flamecannon. Don't think I want to be messing with the Azure Drake just for the moment, just because it is Mage versus Mage. I have found most of the time that I'm relatively bad at like mirror matchups. I don't really know exactly why, but I always tend to either play like overly safe or play overly aggressive. I'm not tracking like my win rates or whatever, but just as like a feeling, I suppose. I feel like I'm relatively weak. Pretty much all of the mirror matchups. Although obviously the previous game sort of went really well. Anyways. Yeah, the fact of the matter is that I supplemented with Rhonin. The main reason why I supplemented with Rhonin, by the way, in case you were wondering, is because I really like that card. I really think Rhonin is a great card. Even though it may not have the best statistics in the world, not the highest win rates, but I mean, it plays the battle round music when you play him. That's like one of the main reasons to run Rhonin, guys. No, dude. Dang. Yeah, that's not good, is it? That's not good. This can steamroll out of control really quickly. I think we may have to Sorcerer's Apprentice this coin. We have a turn 3 play anyway. But otherwise otherwise that dude would get out of control real quick. This is what I'm talking about, right? Maybe that is overly safe. I think it's basically my only option to deal with that card for the next 4 turns. So, you know, if he runs any kind of like Flamecannons himself or Frostbolts or whatever, I think that definitely was the correct approach. He's gonna go ahead and Arcane Intellect, that's fine. We'll go ahead and do the same here. Yep. Ooh, we get another one. Sadly, did not quite get myself a 1-mana minion or, you know, a unstable portal or whatever. So far, so good. Seems like we're both running very similar decks right now. Obviously, you don't have just the Tempo Mages. There's also like Freeze Mage and all that. As far as like the ranking goes, by the way, he's definitely running a different kind of deck than I am. What does this even exactly do? Inspire, gain spell damage +1. Alright, I think we may have to get rid of that thing, right? Just trying to think of like the best way to do so. I can just Flamecannon hero power after using the Sorcerer's Apprentices. Yep. There is like, as far as like the ranking goes, right? There is definitely, or there are definitely better decks out there as far as like win rates go. In particular, like decks that I've already covered actually in this like little mini series, I suppose, where I'm replaying my old deck. You have like the Combo Druid and then like the Zoolox and all those things. Those decks are all considered to be slightly higher tier than this one. Although, you should definitely be able to play, oh wow. You should still definitely be able to do a lot with this as well. A little surprising there, actually. Question is, I'm kind of worried of playing the Azure Drake because of like Frostbolts and all the different ways you can clean it up. Beat the Kobold right there with the Geomancer. Yeah, we can also just go Arcane Intellect Frostbolt, which is a little bit more risky, but it will give me more options in the next turn. Actually, we'll play the Mad Scientist. Yeah, I think this is a little bit smarter. You can obviously clean up this minion, which is fine. But at least we'll be able to start picking away the shields as well. I was considering right there just going blinded to the Azure Drake, but I think this is a little bit smarter. At the end of your turn, deal 2 damage to a non-mechanical minion. What? You're gonna be able to hurt your own minions as well, sir. I'm not sure if that was the smartest idea. Just want to point that out real quick to you. That is a 1 in 4 chance you're gonna hit me, right? Yep. I was gonna say, like, I'm okay with that, don't get me wrong. I probably just would have not, like, chosen to do it that way. Azure Drake, Arcane Missiles? That would do. A little risky. I kind of like a little risky. Alright, there we got Rhonin as well. Get him! Get him! Get him! Oh! Wow, that was quite quite unexciting there. Yeah, probably shouldn't have done that. I wanted to either hit that dude twice or the middle dude twice. I guess the why would you do that first? You're gonna get a mirror entity here. Alright. I'm okay with that, Ricky. Ricky, play me a card, man. Oh, well. Alright. What if I would have had like a anything, really? Like a counter spell there. The logic doesn't make sense, Ricky. I'm glad the Flamecannon is on my side though. Very happy about that. Alrighty, so I do want to get rid of the Flamecannon here. We can Frostbolt it twice if we really want to. We'll go and see what we get first. Ooh. Hold on. That's a really big minion, obviously. I will be able to do 3 damage with it. Not quite enough. It's kind of tempting, though, to just go to Savage Combatant Hero Power. Or I can also just freeze it, I suppose, which will do 2 damage to my minions. I think this is the smartest. It's still gonna hit something for 2, but it's gonna be frozen for the next turn. We got a mirror entity here, so if he goes ahead and like plays, I don't know, Ragnaros or Dr. Boom or whatever, we are totally okay with that. Obviously, he is gonna be running some big minions as well. That's basically how that mana curve goes. Like, that's another thing about the Tempo Mage that I really like. There's like a really smooth mana curve. Basically, at every turn, you have like 6 different things to try and do, which is pretty cool. Alright. He's just damage controlling now. Wait, what? Oh man, he's risking it. Okay. Okay. Okay, well. We have to clean up that dude. Ping him in the face, hit him in the face. Still got my mirror entity up. He hasn't played any minions over the last couple of turns because he's probably assuming that it's gonna be mirror entity. He's been hitting my face as well, right? Well, I don't actually remember exactly. I don't know if he tried to trigger the ice one. Alright, well, here we go. Not the most exciting minion to copy, but better than nothing. Oh, wow. Alright. Mirror Entity, Pilot the Shredder, Hero Power, or Rhonin Hero. No, just Rhonin. It's a little bit more mana efficient to play these two. I think this is also a little bit stronger in general, like board play. Just in case he's been saving one of his big minions and couldn't afford it anymore in the previous turn, right? He wouldn't have been able to really play a Rhonin in the previous turn after using the Kobold, I suppose. So, I guess this is a little bit smarter, and then next turn we'll get a bit of a better curve. You think he's got more Flame Strikes? I'm not sure. Yeah, he was considering playing a spell right here, but he probably only has 1. Which means that he's still gonna keep my minion alive right there, so he's a little bit worried of doing that. At least that's what I'm assuming here. We can Rhonin Hero Power next turn. Rhonin is still, by the way, a 7 attack minion, so it's like not like he's weak or whatever. His death rattle is to put a bunch of Arcane Missiles in my hand, which is all good. Okay then. Ricky, I hate to break it to you, dude, but you ready for the Dalaran music?
The might of Dalaran has arrived.
I'm a nerd, guys. I am such a nerd. But I have to be reminded of the Dalaran music every now and then. Back in the Wrath of the Lich King days. I still remember that area very fondly. Come on, don't have another fireball. You don't do this to me, Ricky. Ricky, you don't have another fireball in hand. Just like show me that you don't have it. Okay, good. Alright, he's gonna be able to clean that thing up at least at some point. Ooh, we got a little bit of giggle in there. You having a giggle, mate? Sweet. That is practically guaranteed lethal here. There's no way in hell he can actually finish me off in this turn. Not even with a Pyroblast. I am not ready. Alright. Oh, you gotta risk the juggle, Ricky? Ricky! Holy crap, Ricky, you are so lucky. They called him Rocky Licky in high school? No, Lucky Rick. Never mind. That joke is going away with my head now. I probably screwed that up. Rocky Licky. That's a completely different kind of name. Ricky, what are you gonna do? Ricky. Think very carefully about what you're about to do, Ricky. Okay, Arcane Missile time it is, boys. Insult to injury. Oh man, Ricky! Ricky! Ricky, you're risking it. Alright. We'll show him how to Arcane Missile. You ready for this? No, please let me. Oh, man, I wanted to Arcane Missile. Oh, well. We picked up another victory. Sweet. Woo! Alrighty, so the third game is gonna be up against Deadly Pants, who apparently, I believe that is the legendary card back that he's rocking right there. Obviously, that doesn't really say very much, because, hey, he could have gotten that in the very first season, when it wasn't the most difficult thing to achieve, but hey. Either way, we have a pretty terrible opener hand, not gonna lie. We have a good 2-3-4 play, I suppose, but... Alrighty. He's playing a Shaman, widely regarded as the worst class in the game, but... that doesn't mean that he's gonna be weak. Well, thank the Lord we got this dude. Oh god, we got a well-played dude. He well-plays every single turn. I don't know if he will. Alright, starting up with some good old card draw here. Card draw is so helpful. I actually, like, when I first started playing Hearthstone, I did definitely not value what's it called? I don't know, you get what I'm trying to say. I did definitely not value card draw very highly. Ooh. You know what? We'll play it. Deadly Pants, I'm already getting tired of your commenting. It's alright, dude. It is alright, sir. Alrighty, so let's have a look. We can probably clean this up one way or another. Well, maybe not. This is gonna be a free cast. That's gonna be a 1 mana cast. Actually, we are slightly off as killing him, but it's alright. I can go ahead and ping that dude. We can Flamecannon one of them. I hope it's gonna Flamecannon that. Not too great though for me. I'm getting really tired of your shit, dude. Alrighty, we'll just leave it at that. We'll just leave it at that. Obviously, Lord Walker Cho is also gonna give him the spells. I was hoping that he was gonna be able to play some spells here, but that probably was a misplay. He probably was right in saying that. He probably was right in saying that. That's okay though. Alright. Think we'll have to go ahead here and either Unstable Portal or Mirror Entity. I want to make sure I clean up the Trog. Because I really don't wanna, I don't really want to bother with the Trog. He's not that scary just yet, but he can obviously he can actually become rather powerful right now. We can also just Mirror Entity here. And go for the Unstable Portal. We'll play the Unstable Portal first. Yeah, that's not too amazing, is it? We could also just pilot the Shredder. Which is not that bad an idea either. The thing is obviously that he still will be able to ping me down. Yeah, no, I think we're just gonna play it a little bit safer. Alright. Yeah, I think Lord Walker Show wasn't the greatest option now I think about it. I haven't played that card in a long time. For whatever reason, I thought for a second it would only copy the spells from my opponent to me, not the other way around. Alright, here the Overload comes. We got the Fireball, so we can still deal with that thing quite easily. I'm really not that great against Shaman, I've noticed. This is one of these matchups I don't feel that good at. Think that is the best option. Next turn we can go ahead and play Rhonin. Obviously there's a big chance he's going to be running one of the big removals like Hex or, you know, he's probably not running any big game hunters, but... You can notice that this guy has been at higher level before though, playing the minions in a smart order and all that. Also doing lots of commenting. Clearly a mark of high level play. A Hex would basically shut down Rhonin completely though. I should not be doing that. Alright. Rhonin would basically obviously not have his death rotto either against the Hex. So I can really only play Rhonin here if there's either absolutely nothing else to play, or if there's like, you know, no threat anymore out on the board, which is kind of unheard of against this class. There's always going to be some sort of threat. Okay, Deadly Pants, this is the best I had to offer, sir. If you've got anything against me, you will probably take the victory right here, right now. Feels like it's sort of a toss-up. I don't exactly know what the win rate is against the Shaman. I don't see that many Shamans in general, but... well... guess we don't have much of an option here, right? This was actually, like, far and away the safest way of playing it, I suppose. If he has a Hex, he will 100% of the time play it here. I don't actually know if Shaman decks lately are running Hex. Oh god. This always makes me scared. He's just gonna hit face twice? Oh, he's going full face now? You're not gonna win that race, sir. Well. Right? He's not gonna win this race, right? Well, maybe he can. I don't know. I don't think he can. He's looking for his spell power. He doesn't get it. No, he can't. Right? He seems very confident in the way he's playing. Don't do it. Don't do it. Do not do this to me. He was indeed looking for a spell power, but we did manage to get the victory there. Sweet. Alrighty, so last but not least, we're up against a Hunter here. I think I do want to keep the Arcane Missiles here. Ideally, we get a Mana Wyrm though. Or a Flamewaker. Alright, fine. I'll risk it. There's not that many early game threats anyway from Hunters. This is much nicer. Much nicer. Look at that, 1, 2, 3. We don't even have to sort our hand anymore, and we still get the Arcane Missiles. Sweet. Yeah, ideally you are looking sort of like a Mana Wyrm or like a Sorcerer's Apprentice or a Mad Scientist or a Flamewaker or whatever early on. Kinda depends though. If you have nothing at turn 1 and 2, I guess the Flamewaker is something you don't really want to keep in your open hand either. Alright. Last game for today. Let's see if we can squeeze out a victory here. I'm ready for it, M-Pack. Ooh. That thing is never gonna survive to the next turn. You do realize that, right? Don't kill him! Oh, dang it. Dang it. Alrighty. Yep. Alright, so let's have a look. We can just Arcane Missiles and save the Arcane Blast in case of a hero power, then I can use Arcane Blast at some later time. Arcane Missiles obviously is still a pretty good option here. Alright, that was fine. We do have a Mirror Entity out, by the way. So, I guess it doesn't work for Animal Companion because that's technically a spell, right? But if he plays a Savannah Highmane, we'd be happy. Alright, a Flame Juggler. Interesting. Time for some card draw. Very nice. Pretty good. Versus hunters in particular, it's really important that you keep that board dominance, I believe, because otherwise they just start having way too many things. If they got too many things, life gets hard. Yeah, this is good. Do we risk it? That's a 50-50. We're doing it. Oh. Dang you. Dang you, RNG. I was thinking there's like no way that this Mana Wyrm is gonna survive to the next turn. Unless it's an Ancient Watcher. He's like reading, wait, what does this card do? Can't attack, wait, what? Yeah, you're gonna have to buff that up. I highly doubt you're running anything that can do that. Well, okay, well, fine. Mana Wyrm is still gonna go down here, but... this is fine. What is that? Arcane Shot? I don't know, I'm just... interesting. Yeah, this'll do. Actually, that won't do at all. I miscalculated that for a second. It worked out. My cards cost 5, huh? We're risking it. I think with my current hand, that is okay. Just could get kind of terrifying in the next turns. But that is still a 5-5, right? And we can use this to trade into a Savannah Highmane, which usually will come out at this point. So I think this is an okay choice. I don't think there's very many mid-range hunters that aren't running Savannah Highmanes, right? It's like the best 6-drop in the game. There we go. Alrighty.
For the Empress.
That actually worked out beautifully. My thinking actually worked for once, guys. Normally, I will make a miscalculation at least some point, like at some point along the way, right? Actually, Unleash the Hounds would be kind of scary now. Ish. Not too scary either, but... at least that Ancient Watcher hasn't eaten any of the Flamewaker's hit yet. I'm ready for it, Unpack. If you had a good AoE clear, you would have already played it, so you don't have it. I'm happy about that, not gonna lie, Unpack. I don't think he's used his hero power very much yet. We're still at 28 HP, so I guess he only used it once. Which is a good thing for me as well. Like if you're in the health game, I suppose, and you win when you have more HP than your opponent, which oftentimes is the case with Hunter, right? If you drop below like 15, kill command and hero powers and the bows and all that become kind of terrifying. All right. Are you gonna go face? Oh, I thought for a second he wanted to go face there. Yeah, I mean, it doesn't really matter. Guess there's technically a really small chance that we can save. I was gonna say we can save our Frostbolt. Alrighty. Well, good luck bringing me down from 26 to 0, Unpack. The good old Tempo Mage once again staying strong. I like playing this deck a lot. It's just really chill, you know? There seems to be always multiple options for practically everything they throw at you. And in particular, if you have Archmage Antonidus, apparently you do get a really strong late game play as well. I just sort of don't have it, but... sweet! Sweet! He is giving me the satisfaction, though. He really wants me to do this. Here's what I do, okay? Hit you in the face with it. Boom! Guys, I hope you enjoyed watching this video. If you haven't already though, hit that like button down below. And if you want to see more content like this, hit that subscribe button as well, so you get a notification as soon as I do upload more. And other than that, I want to thank you all for watching. Have an amazing day, okay? Not forget to smile, and I'll see you in the next one.